Hey everyone, with the scenario discussion and replay analysis done, here is a replay from someone who divisions with me often, Vader Sama, playing the Tier 6 Japanese aircraft carrier Ryujo. With CV rework, there has been talk of the new aircraft carriers being terrible for operations. While you may not have the multiple squadrons and the alpha strike of the RTS carriers, that doesn't mean the current aircraft carriers are terrible. And this game will be a really good illustration of why. I personally have not played the new reworked aircraft carriers, so I can't really comment on how to play them, but he'll definitely show you well enough how they work in operations. And one thing to note, the forts in this current version do not have any effective anti-air, and you can just overfly them without any real consequences to your planes. One thing he has mentioned for this operation is he likes to target the G101 at the beginning, as it can be really problematic for your teammates, especially for anyone attempting to enter through the southern exit. Now that's pretty funny there, as he got a detonation on the last hits on the Nassau. Here he is basically flying right by the fort. In the previous version, you would suffer major consequences for going anywhere close to the forts. But as you can see here, there weren't any real repercussions for doing so. Wargaming will probably change that in the future. Now you'll see that they have destroyed all the warships inside the base, but unlike in the previous general replay analysis, the side tasks are still yet to be finished, but they have finished and started heading for the exit at over 13 minutes remaining, which is a very good thing in general. And one thing to note, the Pensacola has taken significant damage from the Koenig Albert. If you are playing an aircraft carrier, it is not a bad idea to target battleships, as it is very easy for a teammate to lose a lot of health in a cruiser to battleships, especially if you have a very cruiser heavy team. As with earlier at the beginning, targeting the G101, he is basically doing the same thing here, taking out the V-25. And don't forget, the first wave and the first battleship spawn at 12 minutes remaining. And you'll see that here, the first wave, as theorized in the previous videos, they don't really start moving until spotted or some sort of timer finishes. And you'll see that later on as well. One thing he has mentioned is what he likes to do when solo queuing in a aircraft carrier is he will target the ships that spawn away from the exit, so that removes the temptation of any teammates that want to head in that direction. In this game, it's the northern ship spawns. And as you see here, the Koberg has not moved at all. And second wave spawning at 9:12.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Now you'll see his teammates are very slow or hesitant to push outside the base. In the scenario replay analysis, we are well outside the base and attacking the incoming waves, while his teammates are just now pushing out of the base. And the second battleship is about to spawn at 7:57.
All forces, attack the onshore installation. All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Maintaining present course.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Approaching target. We're under attack. Returning to ship, taking fire. Approaching target. We're under attack.
Reconnaissance reporting. Yes, sir. Enemy reinforcement party is approaching.
Taking fire. Approaching target. We're under attack. Returning.
And with the last
Battleship sunk.
of the mission critical ships sunk, everyone should be starting to head for the exit. With his aircraft carrier, previously it was sitting in the southern exit, and he has moved it out toward the exit when it pretty much was safe. One thing to note about Jenkins, in the first version, up to a certain patch, he counted toward the number of ships required in the exit, thus skewing the number of ships required up by 1, depending on how many ships were left. But up to a certain patch before the rework, that got changed, and he no longer influences the number of ships required in the exit. And also, there is an achievement for saving Jenkins. If you don't have this yet, you should try to keep in mind that you can attempt to keep him alive for the achievement, but it should not be a first priority.
This is Jenkins. Ship is dead in the water and healing. Listen. Reconnaissance reporting.
And that's the 4th wave spawning at 342.
Task complete. Operation was carried out successfully.
And that's pretty much the replay here. I'd say it makes a pretty convincing case for an aircraft carrier being effective in operations. Do you like the new reworked aircraft carriers? Do you find them boring? Whether you like them and whether you want to try them in an operation is obviously up for you to decide. I'd say this is a pretty clear example of how they work. I hope you liked this replay, and I definitely appreciate you watching. Thank you and have a good day.